I'm the CEO. It's Mega Chop, you already know.
Hey guys, this was an absolutely crazy Momo game that I had. I'm going to walk you through exactly what I would have been thinking as we do this. I'm going to give you some tips for my hero in general, and specifically some tips on Momo. This is an unranked game, but here you're going to see me drop a cannon just to tell somebody, no, this is my gold chest. That is a great way with Momo to control the situation. You can deter people from going for your chest, and if they choose to go for your chest, you're going to punish them anyways. Here, my team, I can tell that they're new, and I see that none of them are going for the box. And this is strategically a great play because, one, this will help me with levels as well as help my team. Two, this will prevent other teams on the map from getting the box as well, which is crucial to be able to outplay the other teams. So in this game, I chose to focus on leveling up my Alpha Quirk skill. The reason that I chose to do this is because if you get it to level 9, every time you hit somebody with your Alpha, that's 60 damage. You can hit them 3 times before they get knocked down. That's 90 damage, and it's a bit of an area effect in front of you. It's kind of like a cone. So you can hit everybody who's in that cone in front of you. So you can damage a whole team if they foolishly choose to stand there. So here you see that I knock somebody down with my Alpha. I drop a cannon on them to keep them moving because I had to go help out my team. I've got to kill the twice duplicate. I grab his loot real quick. I had a revive card from the chest, so I'm not really worried. I'm trying to make sure right now that it's clear that I have enough time to get the revive off. I'm actually going to throw my shield up here, making sure that there's extra protection. I forgot that it's not even level 4, so it's really not doing much. But hey, look, my shield's there. I used it. So I'm going to go ahead and drop him both of his cards that were there when he died. He's already leveled up higher than he was before. So, you know, him dying was a benefit to his levels. So I got my Alpha already level 9. So now I'm going to full send my Gamma, because the cannons, if you haven't seen Momo's cannons this season, they're absolutely unreal. I haven't found a limit to their range. You can shoot them across the freaking map. And the amount of damage that they do once they're level 9, I have fully wiped a team by dropping 3 cannons on a team who is looting the final chest, or looting the drop. So here, again, when you see I knock somebody down with my Alpha, I'm dropping that cannon. I'm controlling the map. I'm making sure that people aren't going to be pushing me. And I see this Eda creeping. He's not really my target. I'm going for this Bakugo, but I'm dotting people up as I go. I'm trying to do as much damage as possible, because if you're damaging people, they are less likely to push you and get aggressive because you're causing them to get into a position where they need to heal. So I ended up getting my final target, Bakugo. I get his cards. At this point, I think... Oh, no. Oh, yeah. We lost Deku now. And this is a tough match in general because I was trying to save my teammates, but they weren't playing around where I was playing. And I was definitely controlling everybody for the most part that I was coming across in this map. Now there you saw me use my shield to chase down twice. Using the shield to chase down opponents is phenomenal. You run faster while you're using it. The other thing is you can use your shield to run at projectile characters because they can't damage you from the front while you are running at them with shield. Keeping in mind, Ibarra's Alpha can break your shield. There might be other players who can break your shield from the front. I can't think of them at the moment. But I picked up both my teammates' cards with the intent to try and revive them and get them picked back up. At this point, hindsight, I should have pushed the chest to see if anybody was there or not, grab the revive card and get my team up. But I was absolutely going crazy. There were still 7 other teams, and I was just racking up the damage, racking up the KOs. And I won't lie, I got a little bit blinded by how crazy this match was going. Now, this Eda continues to drive me crazy. throughout the entire match. He just keeps coming back in randomly, dotting me up. I did my best to try and finish him off here, but you'll see Endeavor was a pain. He caused an issue that I needed to deal with him. At this point, I needed the shield. And so I was trying like heck to avoid getting hit by anybody because I was at risk of going down. And you see, as I run, I'm jumping because this is maybe not quite as good as rolling, but it's also another evasion tactic to avoid getting hit by projectile characters. And there you see Bakugo in the background. I was just hoping that he wasn't going to shoot me and interrupt my shielding. But here, I'm going to try and go for him. There was somebody who I heard from behind, and with all the people that were there, I decided, you know what, I need to get full green health. I still don't have my team. I think at this point, both of them had left a while ago. So I know that I'm going to be solo playing the rest of this game.
It's kind of tough.
And
my teammates...
I'm like, I really could use full cannons. And right there, now I'm going to have max gamma, which is crazy beneficial for Momo throughout the rest of this match. Because now I'm solo. There's 6 other teams that I have to contend with. And here you're going to see that I start dropping some cannons. And look at all that damage. You just see the damage flowing when I'm hitting them with my cannons. And so the cannons do a couple things. One, they're going to help damage to get the downs. 2, again, they're going to control the area that you need to control. So if you put up cannons, you can literally watch people run away or try and run away from where they think you have the cannons. So there is a little bit of trying to predict where somebody's going to go when you're dropping your cannons. So here, I'm really trying to evade and dodge because that Ochako can be a pain. And you can see where I put up the shield and I use it to just work my way around to be able to finish my healing. So as Momo, you really do have a ton of utility. You lose a lot because she's not very mobile. But there too, I went for the full, I went for the neutral wake up, which means Ochako couldn't hit me with her area effect because by the time she fully triggered it, I still had immunity because I didn't press any buttons to wake up. That's critical in certain situations that you use a neutral wake up. So there you saw I used cannons. There was a Froppy flying around, and then I pushed in to do some damage. I heard the Froppy. So I started moving around. Frappies are a pain with Momo because they do a great job of breaking her camera. So you've really got to play strategically around Frappies to avoid them from just dominating you. But look at all of that damage with those cannons. This is unbelievable. Absolutely nuking people, especially multiple targets. Momo is an unbelievable third partier. If you see people grouped up fighting, just start dropping your cannons. Let that nuking go to work. Work smarter, not harder. So here, trying to do quick inventory management. You don't want to spend a lot of time on it. I dropped cards that I probably wasn't going to use. Heals are crucial because I'm a solo player against 4 other teams still. And you can see that the only time that I'm stopping really at this point is if I need to heal. Other than that, I'm hunting and finding targets, which in ranked is a big deal. Not quite as big now in Season 3 as it was in Season 2. But in Season 3, it's still big. You can cap out your damage if you hit 3,000 damage for your rank points, which is big. And damage eventually typically will lead to KOs. And KOs are hugely beneficial for not just yourself, but for your team, because you get credit for assists. So here again, we go back to the cannons. I see a few bodies out there, so I'm like, let me drop some cannons. I get it down over there. And here, I'm going to notice that I heard somebody near me or underneath me, and obviously Endeavor noticed them there. So that was the finish on my down. I didn't know where they flew from the cannon impact. Endeavor greedily is going for some loot here. I had I fully used up my alpha. I was trying to say a more complicated word, but I just used up my alpha, so I had nothing to go in on him. But Momo's alpha is phenomenal to help control people who are close to you, because not only does it do damage, I was talking about that 60 a pop at level 9, but it also is a slight stun. So if you have teammates, this isn't a good example of it because I had no teammates for most of the game, but if you have teammates, you can use her alpha ability to keep them stunned so that projectile characters can just absolutely hammer your target and nuke them down, because your Bakugos, your Dekus, your Togas, their alpha abilities don't cause knockdown, so they can damage them until you hit them with the third alpha. So there you'll see we still had 4 other teams. Now there's 2 other teams. So I thought it was 1v2 v1, but I realized here that it was 1v1 v3. So now I'm at the final end game in a 1v3. I do have plus ultra waiting in for me to use. There I knew I needed to prevent the revive, because 3 characters to deal with is very difficult regardless of who you are. But I completely control the team well. I don't let a Choco hit me with her car. I put out those cannons. Again, look at all that damage that they're doing. I get the down here on a Choco, and I know Bakugo is going to be pushing to prevent the down. So I'm not really too focused on the finish, more so than making sure Bakugo is getting damaged. I knew I had the plus ultra, so I knew I had some time. So there we go. And if you look at this damage here in a second, I got like, I think 10 KOs, almost 10k damage. But feel free to join me over on Twitch. I'm live every Tuesday and Friday night. You'll see this gameplay. We play customs. I love to get interactive with my community, and I would love to see you guys over there. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and have a great day.
Just a couple more cannons.